So in this lecture, we are going to learn second half of. In this lecture, we are going to learn second half of Unit 3. So first, we are going to see the topic Internet. Internet means the process of connecting more than one devices together, or the process of connecting more than one people together. Once you connected, that devices or people can able to send or receive any kind of data. So for this connection, we can use wired or wireless. Wired means guided, means you need to use any physical connection for connecting your devices. Wireless means no physical connection. Instead of using wires, you can use any wireless technique like fiber optics or infrared. You can use for connecting your devices. Then next under that, TCP IP. TCP means transmission control protocol. So it's a protocol is used for interconnecting your devices on the internet. So the main purpose of TCP is connecting your devices on the internet. Then IP. IP means Internet Protocol. It defines how you are going to send the data from one device to another. For example, if you want to send any data from any of the device, from your device means you need to specify the address of the destination device. So IP is responsible for sending that data to that particular device. Then next subtitle under internet components. First component, access. Access means connectivity among your devices on the internet. Second component, chat. Chat means it's a live discussions on the internet. So the best example for chat, Facebook or WhatsApp or Skype. The next component, e-commerce. E-commerce means electronic commerce, means buying or selling any products or services via the internet. Then next component, email. Email means electronic mail. It's the replacement of postal service. So with the help of this component, a user can send a small written transaction within a few minutes to particular mail addresses. The next component, FTP. FTP means file transfer protocol. So this protocol is responsible for transferring a files from one person to another or one computer to another computer with the help of internet. The next one, hosting. So this component is responsible for making information available to others on the internet. Then next component, mailing list. So this component is responsible for forwarding the email messages to everyone from the specified list. Search engines. So this is a part of www, means World Wide Web. So this component is responsible for providing the information to users. Then next component, Telnet. So the expansion of Telnet, telecommunication network or terminal equipment. So it's a small, simple text-based network protocol. So with the help of that, users can remotely access the computers with the help of TCP/IP protocol. Then next component, Usenet. So the expansion of Usenet component is users network. So with the help of this component, we can receive news and sending news to others. Then last component, www, means World Wide Web. So it's the universe of network accessible information. And it's a network of online content that is formatted in HTML. HTML means hypertext markup language. So this is one kind of language. This language is used for displaying our data or content on the web. So that's all about the internet component. The next subtitle under that, uses of internet. So with the help of internet, we can share our information from anywhere in this world. The next use, we can transfer the news or incidents then these are all the uses of internet. So first one, email. Email means electronic mail. So with the help of email, we can transfer a small written transaction message to multiple users within a fraction of a second. Next, information. So with the help of internet, we can get any kind of information. Then business. With the help of internet, we can conduct our business. The next, social networking. Social networking means we can share our information in any of the social media like Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram. Then shopping. So with the help of internet, we can purchase our items from the internet. The next, entertainment. With the help of internet, we can watch any of the movies or any of the video songs or any kind of videos. For example, from YouTube, you can watch any kind of videos. That is the example for entertainment. Then next one, e-commerce. E-commerce means electronic commerce. So from the internet, we can sell or buy any of the goods or services. Then next, use services. So with the help of internet, we can use a lot of services like mobile banking, then online reservation for air tickets or train or bus, then mobile banking. These are all the services offered by internet. Then next, use job search. So with the help of internet, we can find our job based on our quality, qualification, and our experience. Then last, use dating or personals. So with the help of internet, we can find our own life partner. The next topic, HTML. The expansion of HTML is hypertext markup language. It's one kind of language is used for displaying our contents on the web page. This language is not a case sensitive. So case sensitive means, for example, instead of using capital A, if you are using small a means it's error. So HTML is not a case sensitive language. Means capital A and small a is same in this language. That is the meaning of not case sensitive. So this is the structure of HTML language. First start with HTML, then head, then title. So in title tag, you just mention what title you are going to give for your web page. Then close that title tag, then close that head tag, then next open body. So in body tag, you need to mention what data you are going to display on your web page. So here you just mention the content of your web page. Then close that body tag, then close that HTML tag. So this is the structure of HTML. So HTML contains HTML tag, head tag, title tag, body tag. So if you want to make any program in HTML language means you have to start with HTML, then end with close HTML tag. Then if you want to set the title name for your web page means you need to mention head and title tag. Then in title tag, you need to mention the title of your web page. Then next body tag is used for displaying the content on your web page. For example, this is the example of HTML program. So first you need to start with HTML tag, then head. So under head tag, you need to mention the title of your web page. Then close that head tag. Then close. Then next open body tag. So in body tag, you need to mention what data you want to display on your web page. So you need to mention, for example, I want to display welcome to HTML data I want to display on the web page. So instead of that, you need to mention any kind of data in body tag. So this is the output of that program. So first you need to, if you want to execute HTML program means you just to open any of the notepad. So in notepad, you just type. Then after typing this program, you just save that document like document name dot html. For example, this program I save the name like html example. So this is the document name for this program. So html example is the program name. Then sample.html means this is the file name for this notepad. Then after saving your document, you just open it any of the web browser. Then you just right click on that program name. Then you can see this web page. So if you want to run any of the HTML program means you just open one notepad. In notepad, you just type one by one. After finish your codings, you just save that document like program name dot html. Then close that notepad. Then you just right click on that program name and open with any of the web browser. Then you can see this web page. So the main purpose of HTML is to display your content on the web page. The next one, HTML tags. So HTML tags are used to format your data in the document. So these are all the tags we can use for displaying our data on the web page. First tag is P. This tag denotes paragraph. For example, if you want to display your data in a paragraph way means you need to use P tag. So you just open P tag. After that, you just type the content you want to display on the web page. Then close that P tag. Then next tag BR. BR means break. So this tag helps to display your text in next line. So this is the tag is used for displaying your text in next line. Then next tag H1. So H1 denotes heading tag. So this tag display the content in bold size. So under heading, totally 6 tags are available. That is from H1 to H6. Totally in heading tag, 6 tags are available. That is from H1 to H6. So H1 is the big size, then H6 is the small size. So this is the example program for using HTML tags. So first you need to start with open HTML tag, then next heading tag, then under heading tag you just open title tag. So in this title tag you need to mention your title of your web page. Then after that close your head tag, then open your body tag. In body tag you need to mention what are the contents you want to see on your web page. So for that you need to use paragraph tag or any of the heading tag. Then close that body tag, then close that HTML tag. So these codings you must type in Notepad. After typing that, you just close that Notepad in any of the file names .html. So .html is the extension of HTML language. Then close that Notepad. After closing that Notepad, you just right click that file name and open with any of the web browser. Then you can see the web page like this. So example for HTML tag, this is the title of your web page. Then HTML tag, this is the file name of your web page. So the main purpose for studying this HTML language is how you are going to create the website for your business. Then how we are going to display our content related with our business. So this language is helps to create the website or web page for your business. For example, you are doing a business like any textile shop. So you need to create the what are the items you are going to sell. So for that you need to create the web page. So this language is helpful for creating the web page for your business. The next one, client side and server side scripting. Client side scripting means it's like a small program that will run on your machine. Means just displaying the contents on your screen. That is no interaction, just display the content. That is the client side scripting. Then server side scripting means interaction between client and server. For example, in Google, you can search any kind of data, right? For example, you want to know the meaning of computer means you just open any of the web browser. So in that web browser, you can type what is mean by computer. So that is client request, right? What is mean by computer. So if you want to know any of the data from internet means the user can type what kind of data they want to know. In any of the browser, they can type like what is mean by computer. So after typing that request will be posted to server. Then server will send the response to that particular request. So that is the server side scripting. Server side scripting means the client send any of the requests to the server. Then server will send the response back to the client. Means interaction among client and server. Client side scripting means no interaction, just display the content on any of the screen. Then next one, elements of e-commerce. So e-commerce means electronic commerce. So with the help of that, the user can sell any of the items with the help of internet. So e-commerce is an online shop in which people can browse, select and purchase their favorite items with the help of internet. The next subtitle under that, elements of e-commerce. So first element, the products and services offered. So this product can be anything based on your business. For example, if you want to sell any of the clothes, means you need to display what all the clothes are available in your shop. So that is the first element. So you can either get your products directly from the manufacturer, or you can produce the products by yourself. The next element, place. Place determines from where you are selling the product. It's not just the physical location of your shop. So for e-commerce, the website is the place which displays all the products and services offered to customers. Then next element, marketing. So marketing, this element defines how you are going to attract the people to visit your site. The next one, accept orders and accept money. So this element is responsible for collecting the orders from the customers and accepting their payment. The last one, fulfillment. So this element is responsible for satisfy your customers. Then next topic is e-visibility. E-visibility means it's a portal which provides the information about your websites. E-visibility is the ways by which the customer can enter the website. So these are all the different ways of advertising your website. First one, site name. Second one, conventional advertising. Third one, portals. Fourth one, malls. Fifth one, search engines. Sixth one, links. Then seventh one, personal recommendation. So these are all the different ways of advertising your businesses on the website. So first one, site name. So your site name must be in simple and that site can easily remember. For example, I'm creating the site like mozauniversity.com. So Moza University is the site name. So this name, it's easily you can remember. So like the way you can create this site name for your website. Then next one, conventional advertising. So with the help of this, we can give our advertisement about our business. For example, newspaper, television, or any of the carrier bag in the shop. So from that, we can give the advertisement about our business. Then third element, portals. So portals means any of the website or web page. So this provides the information about our business. Then fourth one, malls. So you can give the advertisement about your website even in shopping malls. Then next one, search engine. So search engine means it's any of the web browser. So from that web browser, you can give the advertisement about your business. Then next one, links. So links means it's the navigation. It allows the user can jump from one web page to another web page. Then last one, personal recommendations. So this is the final way of getting our customer to our website. So if any of the customer satisfied with your website means they can bookmark your website and they will recommend for other customer also. Then next topic, e-shop. E-shop means electronic shop is an online business that sells a variety of goods and services. So it's a business to consumer oriented. So in this e-shop, no physical location like any other shop. So the location of this e-shop is on the internet. Means from your home itself, you can buy whatever you want. So no need to go anywhere. You just Google any particular website. So from that website, you just order what item you want to buy. Then online payment. Once you ordered any of the item means you need to pay with the help of your credit card or debit card. So these are all the alternatives way you can settle your payment, like billing to mobile phones and landlines, then cash on delivery, check, debit card, direct debit in some countries. Then electronic money of various types, gift cards, postal money order, delivery on payment. So these are all the methods we can settle our payment in the online. Then last topic under unit 3, website evolution model. Website evaluation model. So in this, we are going to discuss 3 subtitles. First one, route to effectiveness. Second subtitle, the evaluation framework. Third one, determining the key task. So first one, a route to effectiveness. So these elements will usually happen in 3 sequence. First one, reaching the site. So under that, first one, awareness. It indicates your customer must know about your websites. Then next one, findability. Your customer must able to find it when they want to access. The next one, availability. Your website must be available to them when they trying to access your website. The next element, popularity. So this is used to attract a customer for your website. The next one, finding the relevant page. Under that, first subtitle, accessibility. So your site must be able to access a download page. The next, usability. So users must be able to jump from one page to another page if they need to perform any of the tasks they want to complete. Then next one, accomplishing their goals. So under that, trust. So your website must be trustworthy with your customer. The next one, fulfillment. So your website must fulfill the customer's needs. The next one, reputation. Your website should increase the reputation of the organization. Then next subtitle, the evaluation framework. So communication can be done in 3 points of evaluation, like owner, website, users. Communication can be done in 3 points of evaluation, like owners, websites, and users. The last one, determining the key task. Discovering whether the site is offering anything that they want to buy. The next one, getting information about the purchase and delivery process. The next one, deciding whether this site is trustworthy enough to make a purchase from registering or logging in, making a purchase.